Hey allihopa! Hi everyone and welcome to another video from Say It In Swedish. I'm your host, Joachim, and today we are going to take a look at 10 words that are perfectly normal in Swedish, but if you translate them literally, you will have a good laugh. Our first word for today is galenpanna, which you might say to someone that is a bit crazy, because it's a synonym for a crazy person. And literally the translation would be crazy forehead. It's so stupid. It really sounds so stupid when you say it like that, because why forehead? I mean, fine, the brain is behind the forehead, but it still sounds a bit funny if you translate it literally into forehead. Maybe it doesn't mean forehead, but it means pan. So you're a crazy frying pan. Because that's also panna. Next we have glasögon, which is a plural word that means glasses in Swedish, which also is a plural word in English. But if you translate this word literally, it turns into glass eyes. I'm thinking of someone that might have lost his eyeballs and has replaced them with glass eyes. It does sound a bit weird, doesn't it? If you're in a car crash, and I've been that too, you will be lucky to have an airbag. And in Swedish, an airbag is krockkudde. Literally, this means crash pillow, which makes sense, but kind of sounds a bit cute in English. Next up is the Swedish word for pillowcase, which is örngott. But if you translate that literally, it kind of sounds like eagle delicious or eagle candy or something like that, because örn means eagle and gott means good or delicious, or something good might be candy or something sweet, whatever. But the word is actually Old Norse, meaning something like ear catcher. The origin is not 100% determined. People are looking at Icelandic because they share a lot of the vocabulary and the grammar that the Vikings did. It has not developed very far in the last 1,000 years, which is pretty cool, but they think that it could be related to, ör, or would be öra in Swedish, ear, and then we have gott would be gat or something like that, which means to get. Like in English, you hear the small relation there that those words are related. So they think that it means that ear catcher or ear getter, that the pillow would get an ear. Actually, it meant pillow back in the day, and now it's just the pillow cover. Then we have a nicer version of idiot in Swedish, which would be pappskalle, which is pretty funny if you translate it into English. Literally, it means cardboard skull. Instead of using the word for head, which is huvud, we kinda use the word for skull, especially for insults. For instance, mudblood from the Harry Potter franchise is translated into smutsskalle in Swedish, which means dirt head. Then we have another kinda cute word if you translate it literally. The word is skåpbil, which literally means cabinet car. And can you guess what it means? Yeah, it's some kind of transporter, some kind of small van for, transporting goods and stuff. I think this next word is pretty cool because it kind of connects us to our history in a way, because it utilizes old words, basically. So, this is our Swedish word for headphones, hörlurar, which we mostly use plurally, in plural because, you know, you have 2 ears. Most of the times you would have 2 ears. The first part of the word would be hör, which comes from höra, to hear. So we would translate that into hearing. But the second part of this word is the most interesting one because it's actually an instrument from like the Bronze Age. In English, I think this instrument was called a lure or something like that. So lur is an instrument that basically turned into horn in Swedish, and like in foghorn, mistlur, there's another lur, and the hearing aids, like the primitive hearing aids, was, you know, like some kind of cone or horn that you put against your ear, and then you went like, vad sa han? Yeah, basically that's a horn, and now we have headphones that are hearing horns in Swedish. Speaking of horns, we have the word fåntratt, which basically or literally means idiot horn or idiot funnel. And it's basically a word for idiot, but it's a bit milder. It's just like, you silly goose. This video is turning out to be very funny, at least to me. Then we have 2 more. We have igelkott, which means hedgehog in Swedish. In English, it depends on how you see it, but you get the deal. But if you translate this literally, you have something like leech conifer cone. I didn't actually research the origin of this word. I just took the first association for Swedes if you take this word apart, basically because it's funnier that way. But I could imagine that it means that it comes from kotte, which means cone, because of how it looks. So it's not that far-fetched. It's how it sounds that matters, and it sounds like it would be leech, which is igel, and conifer cone. Lastly, we have knasboll. And there we have crazy again. It means crazy ball, if you translate it literally. And knasboll is something you say to someone that is a bit silly, a bit not crazy, more like silly. Someone is goofy and goofing around, you call that person a knasboll. So Swedish, that was everything that I had for you today. I hope that you learned something and that you expanded your vocabulary a bit. At least you will be able to take words apart and maybe find some entertaining bits and pieces in those words. If you want to learn more Swedish, you can do that on sayitinswedish.com, where I got free audio lessons and vocabulary lists for you there. And if you want to support this channel, you can buy a premium membership there. It's cheap, and you will get all lesson notes and exercises and line by line audio and all that jazz over at sayitinswedish.com. And if you want to chat with me and other learners and fans, you can do that on our Discord server. Link is in the description below, and we will see each other in another video. Vi ses, hej då!